Tonight, we grant ourselves permission to stop. There is nothing you need to achieve in this moment. The lists, the demands, the endless scrolling of the modern world, none of that exists here. You are entering a protected space, a sanctuary of time, where the only requirement is that you simply breathe. Before we travel back to the quiet past, let us first anchor ourselves in the present comfort. Feel the surface beneath you. It is holding you, supporting every muscle, every bone. Allow your shoulders to melt away from your ears. Release the tension held tightly in your jaw. Let your eyes become heavy, so heavy that opening them would feel like lifting a great weight. You are safe, you are warm, and you are ready to leave the noise behind. Imagine, if you will, a heavy velvet curtain being drawn across the window of the world. As it closes, the lights of the city are extinguished. The hum of electricity fades into silence. The rush of time slows down, ticking slower and slower until the hands of the clock stop altogether. We are drifting backwards now, floating on a river of mist, moving away from the electric glow of the 21st century and descending into the deep, dark, restorative silence of the ancient world. We have arrived. The year is 1350. We are in the depths of the Little Ice Age, a period in history when winter possessed a power and a majesty that we can scarcely imagine today. Here, the night is not merely an absence of light, it is a physical presence, a vast, heavy blanket of indigo that covers the earth. You find yourself standing at the edge of an ancient woodland in northern Europe. The silence here is profound. It is not an empty silence, but a full one, filled with the weight of snow and the slumber of trees. The air is exquisitely cold. It touches your cheeks with a crisp, bracing freshness that wakes up your senses even as your body prepares for rest. Every breath you take is pure, untainted by machines or industry, filling your lungs with the clean, sharp essence of winter. Above you, the sky is a sprawling canvas of obsidian, dusted with stars so bright and so numerous they look like crushed diamonds thrown across a dark floor. Without the interference of city lights, the cosmos feels close enough to touch, a silent guardian watching over the sleeping world. You begin to walk. There is a path here, though it is hidden beneath a thick layer of fresh, powdery snow. With each step, you hear the distinctive sound of winter. Crunch, pause, crunch, pause. It is the only sound in the universe. The snow absorbs all echo, creating a muted acoustic softness that wraps around you like wool. The trees are monumental, ancient oaks and towering pines that have stood here for centuries. Their branches are heavy, laden with white drifts, bowing low in a gesture of deep hibernation. The forest is asleep. The sap deep within the wood has stilled. The bears and the badgers are curled in the dark warmth of the earth beneath your feet. You are walking through a world that understands the value of rest. Nature does not rush through winter. It embraces the pause. And as you walk through this silent cathedral of trees, you feel that same permission to slow down seeping into your own bones. Ahead, a soft glow breaks the blue monotony of the night. It is the warm, inviting orange of a hearth fire flickering through the small window of a peasant's cottage. As you approach, you can see the structure is humble, built from timber and wattle, with a heavy layer of snow sitting atop the roof, a natural insulation that tells you the heat is being kept safely inside. You can smell it now, the scent of wood smoke drifting from the chimney. It is an ancient smell, one that speaks of safety, survival, and the primal comfort of fire. You reach the heavy oak door, and with a gentle push, you step out of the biting cold and into the embrace of the home. The transition is instant. The air inside is thick, warm, and scented with dried rosemary, roasted root vegetables, and the sweet resinous smell of pine logs burning in the center of the room. The cottage is dimly lit, the shadows dancing gently on the earthen walls. This is a space of absolute simplicity. There are no distractions here, no ticking clocks, no flashing screens, just the fundamental elements of life: warmth, shelter, and rest. You find a sturdy wooden bench near the fire and sit down. The heat radiates towards you, thawing your numbed fingers and toes. You watch the flames. They are hypnotic, curling around the logs in slow motion, shifting from gold to amber to deep red. This fire is the heart of the house, the sun around which the family's life revolves during these long, dark months. In the corner of the room, rhythm takes over. An elder woman sits by the firelight, her hands busy with a spinning wheel. Listen to the sound. Whir, click, whir, click. It is a monotonous, repetitive drone that acts as a lullaby. She is not hurrying. In this era, time is measured not by minutes, but by the rising and setting of the sun and the slow accumulation of thread on the spindle. Watching the wheel turn round and round, your eyes begin to lose their focus. The repetition soothes the anxious mind. It reminds you that life is a series of cycles, turning slowly, always returning to the start. The work is slow. The winter is long. There is no need to rush. Near the hearth, resting on a bed of dry, sweet-smelling hay, lies a large sheepdog. His breathing is deep and rhythmic, his paws occasionally twitching as he chases imaginary prey in his dreams. Beyond a low wooden partition, you can hear the soft, heavy movements of the livestock, a cow and a few sheep brought indoors to share the warmth. Their presence adds a layer of earthy comfort to the room. You hear the slow, methodical sound of the cow chewing its cud. It is a sound of complete contentment. These animals are safe from the wolves and the wind, huddled together with their human guardians. The temperature in the cottage is raised by their body heat, creating a humid, cozy atmosphere that makes your eyelids feel heavy. You are part of this pack now, safe in the den, protected from the elements. Let us leave the humble cottage now, though the warmth stays with you. Your spirit drifts upwards, rising like smoke through the chimney, back out into the crisp night air. We glide over the snow-covered fields, ghostly and silent, towards the silhouette of a great stone castle standing vigil on the hill. We pass through the iron gates frosted with ice and enter the great hall. The scale shifts from the intimate to the majestic, yet the silence remains just as heavy. The hall is vast, with stone walls that have stood against sieges and storms. But tonight, the only enemy is the cold, and the castle is well defended. Massive tapestries hang from the walls, woven with scenes of mythical beasts and ancient battles. These thick woolen hangings act as blankets for the stone, trapping the heat and softening the acoustics of the cavernous room. In the center of the hall, a fireplace of enormous proportions roars with life. Entire tree trunks are consumed by the flames, sending waves of heat rolling across the flagstone floor. The lord of the manor sits in a high-backed chair, carved from dark walnut, wrapped in heavy furs of fox and wolf. He holds a goblet of hippocras, a warm spiced wine sweetened with honey. The steam rises from the cup, carrying the exotic scents of cinnamon, ginger, and clove. These spices have traveled thousands of miles to reach this frozen land, and their aroma is rich and intoxicating. Even here, in the seat of power, the rhythm of winter dictates life. The castle is settling down. Servants move with practiced quietness, laying out fresh rushes and straw mattresses near the fire. In the medieval winter, privacy is less important than warmth. The household sleeps communally, a shared slumber that provides safety and heat. There is a profound sense of security in this. You are not alone in the dark. You are surrounded by the breathing of others, the crackle of the great log, and the protective stone walls. The shadows in the corners of the hall are deep and velvet black, hiding the high rafters where owls might be roosting, waiting out the storm. We drift again, moving through the stone corridors, past heavy oak doors, and out towards the river. The water is frozen solid, a ribbon of white winding through the valley. We follow it until we reach a secluded monastery, perched on the edge of a frozen landscape. Here, the silence is different. It is intentional. It is a holy silence. We enter the scriptorium, the heart of the monastery's intellectual life. The air is cool, smelling of beeswax, old parchment, and iron gall ink. Rows of monks sit at slanted wooden desks. They are wrapped in heavy woolen habits, their hoods pulled up to frame their faces in shadow. The only light comes from tallow candles, their flames flickering gently in the draft, casting long, dancing shadows against the stone walls. Watch them work. It is a study in patience. A monk dips his quill into the inkwell. Dip. Pause. He brings the pen to the rough surface of the vellum. Scratch. Scratch. The sound is tiny, precise, and incredibly satisfying. He is illuminating a manuscript, painting a single capital letter with crushed lapis lazuli and gold leaf. This single letter might take him a week to complete. He is not thinking about finishing the book. He is not thinking about next year. He is entirely focused on the curve of the blue line he is painting right now. This intense, singular focus is a form of meditation. As you watch him, your own mind begins to narrow. The scattered thoughts of your day, the worries, the plans, the regrets, begin to fade away. They are replaced by the simple, hypnotic movement of the pen. Scratch. Dip. Scratch. The slow turning of a page, the soft rustle of wool, the collective breathing of men who have dedicated their lives to quiet contemplation. In this room, stress cannot exist. There is only the work and the silence and the candle flame. You feel your breathing synchronize with theirs. Slow, deep, deliberate. You are learning the art of patience from masters of the craft. The hour grows late. It is the dead of night, the deepest part of the darkness. The fires in the cottage, the castle, and the monastery are being banked. Ash is raked over the coals to keep a glowing heart alive until dawn. The light changes from a bright orange dance to a dull, pulsing red glow. The world is preparing for the great sleep. In the peasant's cottage, the family climbs into the box bed. It is a cupboard-like structure, enclosed on all sides to trap the precious heat. They pile in, sinking into the deep mattress stuffed with straw and dried heather. Over them, they pull heavy sheepskins, the wool facing down against their bodies. Imagine that weight now, the sensation of heavy, rough-hewn blankets pressing down on you. It is a crushing weight, but it is not oppressive. It is grounding. It anchors your body to the bed. It signals to your nervous system that you are safe, you are covered, you are hidden from the world. The darkness inside the box bed is absolute. There are no standby lights, no street lamps bleeding through curtains, just a rich, velvety blackness that soothes the optic nerve and quiets the brain. Outside, the wind begins to pick up. It howls around the eaves of the house, a wild and lonely sound. But the noise only makes the silence inside feel deeper. The storm is out there, but you are in here. The contrast makes the warmth feel sweeter. You are drifting now, floating between the centuries. You are no longer just an observer, you are a participant in this ancient slumber. You feel the fatigue of a day spent in the cold air leaving your muscles. You feel the heavy, comforting dullness of sleep overtaking your mind. The thinking part of your brain is shutting down, layer by layer. The lights of the castle are gone. The monks have blown out their candles. The village is dark. The only thing that remains is the rhythm of your own breath, rising and falling like the slow swell of a calm ocean. The winter night is long, but it is a friend. It asks nothing of you but to rest, to conserve your energy, to heal. The cold outside has frozen time itself, holding the world in a state of suspended animation. You are safe in this suspended moment. There is no tomorrow to worry about yet. There is only the heavy blankets, the fading warmth of the embers, and the deep, abiding dark. As you lie there, allow yourself to sink deeper, deeper into the mattress, deeper into the past, deeper into the quiet. The snow continues to fall outside, burying the world in white, muffling every sound, creating a cocoon of silence just for you. You are part of the silent kingdom now, a subject of the night, a traveler who has finally found a place to rest. The night has now settled into its deepest rhythm. This is the hour of the wolf, the time when the medieval world is entirely reclaimed by nature. Outside the thick walls of our shelter, the snow continues to fall, but it falls heavier now, in great soft flakes that spiral down from the heavens in endless silence. The landscape is being erased, reshaped into smooth, undulating mounds of white. If you were to look out now, you would see no paths, no roads, no boundaries. The world has been simplified. It is a clean slate. And in this erasure of the landscape, there is a profound permission to erase your own thoughts, to let the mental clutter of the day be covered over, layer by layer, until there is nothing left but a smooth, quiet peace. Let our consciousness float gently away from the sleeping peasant cottage and drift back towards the stone fortress. We move silently, like a shadow, up to the high battlements of the castle walls. Here, a solitary figure stands, the night watchman. He is wrapped in layers of thick boiled wool and a cloak lined with heavy sheepskin. He is not afraid. He is not anxious. He is simply present. His job tonight is merely to witness the snow. He leans against the cold stone merlon, his breath misting in the icy air. He looks out over the valley, watching the white curtain descend. There are no armies approaching. There are no travelers on the road. There is only the wind and the silence. He is the guardian of the sleep of others. Knowing he is there, awake and watchful, allows everyone else to let go completely. You can feel a sense of gratitude for his vigil. Because he is watching, you do not have to. You can resign your post. You can lay down your guard. Leave the watchman to his silent duty. We slip through a narrow arrow-slit window, moving out of the biting wind and back into the sanctuary of the interior. We descend a winding stone staircase. The air gets warmer as we go, heavier, smelling of earth and animals. We are entering the stables. This is a long, low building connected to the main keep, built of thick timber and stone. Inside, it is dark, but not pitch black. A single lantern hangs from a hook, casting a warm amber circle of light that barely reaches the corners. The air is rich and textured. It smells of sweet, dry hay, of oiled leather harnesses, of oats and the warm, musky scent of horses. It is an incredibly grounding smell, organic, heavy, and comforting. Walking down the center aisle, the floor is soft with a deep layer of fresh straw. Your footsteps make no sound here. The straw absorbs everything. On either side in their stalls, the great war horses are sleeping. These are massive creatures, destriers bred to carry knights in full armor, but tonight they are gentle giants. Listen to the sounds of their rest. A low rolling snort, the shifting of a heavy hoof in the hay. Rustle, thud, silence. One of the horses, a large bay with a white star on his forehead, is awake. He turns his large head towards you, his dark eyes reflecting the lantern light like pools of oil. He blinks slowly. He is calm. He chews a mouthful of hay with a slow, rhythmic grinding motion. Crunch, grind, crunch, grind. The rhythm is slower than a ticking clock, slower than a heartbeat. It is the rhythm of pure existence. The heat radiating from his large body warms the stall, creating a pocket of tropical warmth in the midst of the frozen winter. You can imagine leaning against his flank, feeling the steady rise and fall of his ribs, borrowing his strength and his calmness. We leave the horses to their dreams of green fields and move further into the depths of the castle. We find ourselves in the kitchens. The hustle and bustle of the day's preparation is long gone. The servants, the cooks, and the scullery maids have all retired to their pallets. The room is vast, with a vaulted ceiling black with centuries of smoke. But tonight, it is a temple of residual heat. The massive ovens built into the stone walls have been baking bread all day. Though the fires are banked, the bricks retain the heat, radiating a solid, consistent warmth that fills the entire room. It is warmer here than in the great hall. It is the warmest place in the castle. The air is thick with the scent of yeast and flour. It is the smell of sustenance. On a long wooden table, scrubbed white with sand and lye, huge mounds of dough have been left to rise overnight under linen cloths. They are sleeping too, expanding slowly in the warmth, working their magic in the dark. There is something deeply satisfying about knowing that while the world sleeps, the bread is rising. Life continues in the background, effortless and slow. Underneath the table, a castle cat is curled into a tight ball. It is a master of comfort, having found the exact spot where the heat from the oven hits the floor. It purrs softly, a vibration that you can feel in the air. Purr, purr. It is a motor of relaxation. The kitchen is a safe harbor, a place. Let us sink even deeper into this atmosphere. Imagine you are sitting in a heavy wooden chair in the corner of this kitchen. The heat from the ovens wraps around you like a heavy quilt. Your eyelids feel incredibly heavy. You are safe inside the stone womb of the castle. Outside, the blizzard may be raging, burying the world in ice. But here, there is only the smell of warm bread and the sound of the cat purring. You feel a heavy drowsiness washing over you, starting at the top of your head and moving down through your neck, your shoulders, your arms. It is as if you are wearing a suit of armor made of lead, but instead of being a burden, it feels like a comforting embrace. It pins you to the chair, making it impossible to move, impossible to worry. You are a statue of peace. The timeline of the night stretches out. It is past midnight now. The witching hour in 1350 was not a time of fear, but a time of deep mystery. It was believed that in the deep silence, the veil between the physical and the spiritual was thinnest. But in this story, the spirits are benevolent. They are the spirits of ancestors who built these walls, who sat by these fires, who survived these winters. They are the guardians of the hearth. You are part of a long, unbroken chain of human beings who have sought shelter from the cold. You are not alone in your need for rest. You are doing exactly what millions have done before you. You are listening to the wind. You are seeking the warmth. You are closing your eyes. Let your mind wander back out of the kitchen, drifting through the stone corridors once more. We move towards the spiral staircase that leads to the high tower. The stone steps are worn smooth in the center, dipped by the passage of thousands of feet over hundreds of years. We float up, round and round, a slow, dizzying ascent into the quiet dark. We reach the library at the top of the tower. This is a small, circular room lined with wooden shelves. Books in this era are rare treasures, bound in leather and clamped with brass. The room smells of old paper, dust, and dried lavender, which is used to keep the moths away. The windows here are narrow, shuttered tight against the storm. The wind buffers against the shutters, a dull thudding sound that emphasizes the solidity of the walls. Thud, thud. It is like the heartbeat of the storm. Inside, it is absolutely still. A single candle has been left burning on a lectern, perhaps forgotten by a scholar. The flame is perfectly straight, motionless in the stagnant air. Dust motes dance in the halo of light, swirling in slow Brownian motion. Watch the dust motes. They have no destination. They are simply floating, suspended in the golden light of your own relaxation. In the corner of the library, there is a window seat covered in velvet cushions. You drift towards it and settle down. Even through the shutters, you can sense the vastness of the winter night outside. You know that miles of forest, fields, and frozen rivers are lying under the snow. The wolves are sleeping in their dens, noses tucked under tails. The birds are huddled in the thickest branches of the yew trees, fluffed up into balls of feathers to trap their body heat. The fish are suspended in the dark water beneath the ice of the river, moving in slow motion. The entire kingdom is in a state of pause. And you, too, are pausing. You are disconnecting from the identity you carry during the day. You are not a worker, a parent, a student, or a partner right now. You are simply a consciousness witnessing the dark. The problems of the 21st century cannot reach you here in 1350. The emails, the notifications, the deadlines, they do not exist in this stone tower. There is no signal here. There is only the wind, the stone, and the candle. Feel the muscles of your face relaxing even more. Smooth out your forehead. Imagine a warm hand gently brushing across your brow, wiping away the lines of concentration. Let your eyes sink deeper into their sockets. Unhinge your jaw slightly. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Feel the back of your neck lengthening. The tension that you carry in your upper back, the weight of your responsibilities, is sliding off you. It drops to the floor with a silent thud, leaving you light and free. The candle in the library begins to flicker. It is burning low. The wax is pooling, dripping down the side in slow white tears. The flame dips, then flares, then dips again. It is struggling to stay awake, just like you. The light is getting softer, dimmer. The shadows in the room are growing longer, stretching out like soft fingers to embrace you. The orange glow fades to a deep red, then to a faint blue, and finally, with a tiny wisp of smoke, the candle goes out. You are in the dark now, but it is not a scary dark. It is a velvety, protective dark. It is the darkness of the womb, the darkness of the earth where the seeds sleep. You are safe. The castle walls are 5 feet thick. The door is barred. The watchman is on the wall. The fire is in the kitchen. The horses are in the stable. Everything is in its right place. Everything is taken care of. In this darkness, your other senses heighten. You become aware of your own heartbeat. Lub-dub, lub-dub, slow and steady. It is the drumbeat of your life, working tirelessly for you, asking for nothing in return. You become aware of the rhythm of your breath. Cool air entering, warm air leaving, the exchange of life. You are a biological machine designed to rest, and now you are fulfilling that design. We drift out of the tower window, passing through the wood and iron as if we are made of mist. We are outside again, but we do not feel the cold. We are pure consciousness now. We float high above the castle, looking down. We see the faint outline of the walls in the starlight. We see the dark patch of the forest. We see the thin ribbon of the frozen river. The world is a painting in shades of gray, black, and white. It is a silent movie, and you are the only audience. Drift with the snowflakes. Pick a single flake high in the clouds and follow it down. It dances in the air currents, flipping and turning. It falls past the tower, past the walls, past the gatehouse. It lands softly on a drift of snow near the frozen moat. It settles. It becomes part of the whole. You too are settling. You are landing softly in the landscape of sleep. You are becoming part of the great silent night. The journey continues, but the destination is no longer a place on a map. The destination is a state of mind. We are moving towards the center of the night, the deepest point of rest. The stillness is absolute. There is no past, no future, only this eternal frozen now. We float away from the castle now, leaving the sleeping lord and the watchful guard behind. We glide through the heavy, falling snow, drifting across the valley floor. The wind has died down. The air is still. We approach the cliff edge where the stone monastery stands against the night sky like a jagged tooth. It is a place built for silence, designed to amplify the quiet of the soul. We pass through the heavy wooden gates, which are barred for the night, and enter the inner courtyard. The snow here is pristine, an untouched sheet of white canvas, save for the footprints of a single fox that is trotted through in search of food. We move towards the heart of the complex, the chapel. The heavy oak doors are slightly ajar, leaking a faint golden light into the blue darkness. We slip inside. The air here is different from the castle or the cottage. It is cool, vast, and scented with centuries of prayer. It smells of beeswax, damp stone, and the lingering sweet resin of frankincense and myrrh. This scent is ancient. It triggers a deep, primitive response in the brain, a signal that this is a holy place, a safe place, a place where worldly troubles cannot enter. Inside the chapel, the darkness is punctuated by rows of tall white candles. They do not flicker. The air is too still for that. They burn with a steady, unwavering flame, pointing upwards like fingers of light. In the shadows of the choir stalls, the monks have gathered for Compline, the final prayer service of the day. They stand in 2 rows facing each other, their heads bowed, their hands hidden in the deep sleeves of their rough woolen habits. They are shadows within shadows. Listen, a low, collective hum begins to rise. It is the sound of Gregorian chant. It is not a song with a catchy melody. It is a drone, a vibration that seems to come from the earth itself. The voices are deep, masculine, and perfectly blended. There are no individual egos here, only a single, unified voice. They are chanting in Latin, a dead language that carries no baggage of modern meaning for you. You do not need to understand the words. The sound is the meaning. Salva, Regina. The vowels are elongated, stretched out until they dissolve into the stone walls. The acoustics of the stone chapel catch the sound and hold it, creating a natural reverb. The notes hang in the air long after they are sung, overlapping with the next note, creating a tapestry of sound. It is a sonic blanket. The rhythm is slow, dictated by the breath. Inhale, chant. Exhale, silence. Inhale, chant. Exhale, silence. It is the rhythm of the tides. It is the rhythm of sleep. As you listen, you feel a sympathetic vibration in your own chest. Your heart rate begins to slow down to match the tempo of the chant. It is impossible to be anxious when surrounded by such disciplined calm. Watch the smoke from the incense burner. It swings gently on a silver chain, back and forth, a pendulum of time. Clouds of white smoke puff out, curling into the air, rising up towards the vaulted ceiling where they disappear into the gloom. The smell is heavy and narcotic. It weighs down your eyelids. The repetition of the swinging burner is hypnotic. Left, right, tick, tock. The monks are not rushing. They have nowhere else to be. This moment is the only moment that exists. One by one, the candles are extinguished. A monk moves down the line with a brass snuffer. He places the cone over the flame. A tiny wisp of smoke escapes. Then, darkness. Next candle, snuff. Darkness. Next candle, snuff. Darkness. The light in the chapel is receding, shrinking, pulling back. The world is getting smaller. The visual stimulation is being removed. With each extinguished flame, a thought in your mind is extinguished. A worry is snuffed out. A plan is canceled. The chapel grows darker and darker until only a single red sanctuary lamp remains burning above the altar, a tiny vigilant eye in the vast blackness. The service ends in silence. The monks file out, their leather sandals shuffling softly on the stone floor. Swish, scuff, swish, scuff. They retreat to their cells, small rooms of stone and straw, where they will sleep until the bell rings for matins before dawn. We follow them in spirit, feeling the profound heaviness of the monastery settling down. The silence that follows the chant is louder than the chant itself. It is a ringing silence, an emptiness that feels full of peace. Leaving the monastery, we drift further out, beyond the walls of human habitation. We are moving towards the frozen lake that lies at the bottom of the valley. The lake is a massive sheet of black ice, dusted with white snow. It looks like a mirror for the moon, though the moon is hidden tonight. We glide out over the surface. Beneath us, the ice is 3 feet thick. It is solid. It is immovable. Occasionally, the ice settles. Listen to the sound. A deep, resonant boom echoes across the valley. It is not a cracking sound, but a settling sound, the sound of the water expanding, the earth adjusting its weight. It is a low-frequency sound, like a heavy bass note that vibrates through the ground. It sounds like the heartbeat of the planet. Let your mind sink down through the ice. Imagine passing through the frozen crust and entering the water below. Here, the world is in suspended animation. It is dark, cold, and utterly still. The fish are hovering near the bottom, their movements slowed to a bare minimum. They are not swimming, they are drifting. Their metabolism has dropped. They are waiting out the winter in a state of torpor. There is no struggle here, no hunting, no fear, just existence. Being here in the cold, dark water feels like floating in space, weightless, timeless. You are suspended in the womb of the winter. We rise back up, breaking the surface, returning to the snowy bank. We move into the deep woods again. The snow is piling up. It is covering the roots of the trees, smoothing out the rough ground, hiding the fallen logs. It is a process of softening. Winter softens the hard edges of the world. It rounds off the sharp corners. It buries the debris of the past year. Think of the snow as a metaphor for sleep. It falls gently on your mind, burying the sharp edges of your day, softening the hard memories, covering the debris of your thoughts. Focus on a single pine tree. Its branches are weighed down by heavy clumps of snow. The needles are green and sharp, but they are hidden. The branch bends low, almost touching the ground. It is under tension, but it does not break. It yields. It accepts the weight. It knows that spring will come, but for now, it must bow. There is wisdom in this yielding. You too can yield. You do not need to hold yourself up right now. You do not need to be strong. You can bow under the weight of your exhaustion. You can let go. The forest floor is a complex network of life, all sleeping. Beneath the snow, beneath the layer of dead leaves, the mice are huddled in tunnels. The squirrels are curled in hollows. The insects are frozen in the bark. Millions of tiny heartbeats are slowed down, syncing with the rhythm of the season. You are part of this biological imperative. Your body knows what to do. It knows how to hibernate. The air in the forest is motionless. There is no wind here among the dense trunks. The snowflakes fall straight down, a vertical line of white against the black. It is a curtain of beads, an endless rain of silence. If you were to stand here for an hour, you would become a snowman. You would become part of the forest. You would be covered, hidden, and embraced by the cold. We move deeper into the wilderness, to a small clearing. In the center stands an ancient stone circle, placed there by people long before the castle was built. The stones are gray and weathered, capped with snow. They stand like silent sentinels, watching the passage of time. They have seen 1,000 winters. They have seen the ice come and go. They are patient. They are heavy. They are grounded. Imagine yourself as one of these stones, heavy, immovable, cold on the outside but solid on the inside. The wind cannot move you. The snow cannot hurt you. You simply are. The sensation of cold in this story is not uncomfortable.
It is a contrast that makes your own warmth feel more intense. As you visualize the frozen lake, the icy stones, and the snowy trees, notice the warmth of your own bed. Feel the heat trapped under your duvet. Feel the warmth of your own skin. The colder the world gets in our story, the warmer you feel in reality. It is a delicious paradox. You are witnessing the freeze, but you are not touching it. You are the observer in the warm tower. The night is dragging on. The constellation of Orion hunts slowly across the southern sky, moving inch by inch. The stars are hard and bright, distant suns that offer no heat, only light. The universe is vast and you are small. In this smallness, there is relief. You do not have to carry the weight of the world. The universe can manage without you for tonight. The stars will turn. The earth will spin. The snow will fall. You are free to let go. Everything is slowing down. The chant has faded. The ice has settled. The trees are bowing. The world is holding its breath. We are approaching the final stillness, the point of zero motion. We have traveled far tonight. We have walked the snowy paths of the forest, sat by the peasant's hearth, watched the lord in his castle, and listened to the monks in their chapel. But now the time of movement is over. The time of travel has passed. Now comes the time of stillness, absolute, unmoving stillness. The images we have seen are beginning to fade, like ink washing away in the rain. The castle wall.
Let us return to the sensation of your body. Bring your attention to your feet. Imagine they are resting near the warm stones of the hearth we visited earlier. Feel the heat penetrating the soles of your feet. Your toes are warm. The arches of your feet are releasing their tension. This warmth travels up to your ankles, melting away the stiffness. It moves up your shins, into your calves. Your legs feel heavy, so heavy that they are sinking into the mattress. They are like logs of wood, solid and still. You could not lift them if you tried, and you do not want to try. They are asleep. The warmth moves up to your knees, softening the joints. It flows into your thighs, large muscles that carry you through the day, now completely deactivated. They are loose. They are liquid. The tension drains out of your hips, sinking down into the bed. Your lower body is anchored. It is part of the earth. You are grounded. You are safe. Now, bring your awareness to your hands. Your fingers are curled softly, like the leaves of a sleeping plant. The palms of your hands are open and warm. Feel a tingling sensation of relaxation in your fingertips. This relaxation flows up your wrists, into your forearms. It moves past your elbows, into your upper arms. Your shoulders are the heavy gates of the castle. Let them drop. Let the drawbridge down. There is no need to defend yourself. The war is over. The day is done. Your shoulders sink away from your ears, creating space. A long, elegant neck. A relaxed throat. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Do not force it. Just watch it. It is like the slow swelling of the sea under the ice, rising, falling, expanding, contracting. With every exhale, you are breathing out a gray mist of stress. With every inhale, you are breathing in the blue light of peace. Your heart is beating slowly, a calm drum inside the fortress of your ribs. It is the only clock you need, and it is telling you that it is time to sleep. Your back is supported by the bed, spine straight, aligned, decompressed. The muscles of your lower back,
which work so hard to hold you up, are finally off duty. They spread out like warm butter on toast, melting into the support beneath you. You are held. You are cradled. Now, the face. This is where we hold our identity. Let your identity go. Unfurl your brow. Imagine a warm, smooth stone being gently pressed against the center of your forehead, smoothing out the lines of worry. Your eyelids are heavy curtains made of velvet. They are sealed shut. Behind your eyes, there is only darkness, a rich, nourishing darkness. Release your jaw. Let your teeth part slightly. Your tongue rests on the floor of your mouth, soft and wide. Your cheeks are slack. Your ears are listening only to the sound of the silence. The fire in the hearth has burned down to embers. They are glowing a deep, dark red. They are pulsing slowly, fading, fading. One by one, the embers turn to gray ash. The light in the room is getting dimmer. The orange glow is gone. Now there is only the moonlight filtering through the cracks. And now, even the moonlight is fading. The clouds are covering the moon. The world is turning black. You are drifting into the void. This is not an empty void. It is a velvet void. It is filled with potential. It is the place where dreams are made. You are floating in zero gravity. There is no up, no down. You are weightless. You are formless. You are simply a point of consciousness in the vast, loving universe. The winter of 1350 surrounds you, but it is not cold. It is a blanket of time. You are hidden in the folds of history. No one can find you here. No one needs you here. You are anonymous. You are invisible. You are free. Listen to the wind one last time. It is far away now, a distant murmur. It sounds like the ocean. It sounds like a lullaby. Hoo, hoo. It is calling you deeper, deeper into the burrow, deeper into the den, deeper into the sleep that you deserve. There are no more words to be spoken. The script is ending. The story is done. The book is closed. The candle is out. You are safe. You are warm. You are loved. Drift, float, sink, sleep, sleep, sleep. Good night.